Several months ago, we packed our bags and moved across the ocean, where our new life began. We bought an old homestead that needs lots of love and restoration. Since then, we've been working from sunrise to sunset, trying to make the house livable before winter arrives. Right now, our home has no running water, no electrical heating, and you can see it outside through the cracks in the walls. Join us on this journey as we renovate our old homestead, adapt to a new country and culture, face the many challenges that come our way, and so much more. This isn't just a renovation story, it's the raw reality of moving abroad. Thank you for being here. Today, we're continuing the installation of our new windows. Early in the morning, Andreas removed the old ones from this awkward room. We're planning to turn this place into our main entryway. This room served little to no purpose, but for our family of 5, it's precious space that we can't afford to leave unused. As you can see, the room had many windows. However, we will be closing off one side to make space for a coat rack along the wall. Along with the windows, we'll also be installing new doors, one main entrance door, and a glass door to separate the living room from the entryway. You might be wondering why we need a door between the two spaces. The answer is simple. The entryway floors aren't insulated and don't have a proper foundation. To stay warm this winter, we need to install a door to prevent heat from escaping through the floors. As we later learned, this turned out to be a very good decision. The winter was extremely cold. Temperatures in the entry dropped below 5 degrees Celsius, and if it hadn't been for the glass door, we would have frozen.
Oder dass dort mehr Platz ist.
Ja.
So.
This is the glass door I was talking about. It's double glazed and can be locked like an exterior door. Our old windows and doors were from the 1940s, single pane and with no insulation. The windows were chosen are triple glazed to help ensure we stay warm through the winters to come. Because they are triple glazed, the windows are extremely heavy and difficult to install. But our friend Algimantas has been amazing in helping us with this project. If you haven't seen our previous videos, I encourage you to check them out to stay up to date on everything we've been working and dealing with since moving here. Before I continue, I want to share the hardest part of our journey so far. Our family does not have water. When we moved here, we had no idea this would become our reality. The previous owners never warned us, and soon after we arrived, our well dried up. Just like that, something as basic and essential as water was gone. We are a family with children who work so hard every single day, helping with renovations, carrying wood, cleaning, adjusting to a new country and a completely new life. And at the end of long, exhausting days, when all they want is a warm shower, we have to tell them there isn't enough water. As parents, that is heartbreaking. Simple daily needs, like bathing our kids, washing dishes, doing laundry have turned into constant stress. While we are deeply grateful to our neighbor for letting us use his well, this is only a temporary act of kindness. It's not a sustainable solution for our family. We reached out to companies to drill a deep well, and the cost is around 12,000 euros, which is approximately $14,000. It's an amount we were not prepared for, especially in the middle of rebuilding our home from the ground up. It is incredibly humbling to ask for help, but water is not a luxury, it is a basic human need. Our children deserve to come inside after a long day of hard work and simply take a shower. They deserve the security of knowing water will come out of the tap. If you feel it in your heart to support us in drilling a deep well, we would be beyond grateful. Every contribution brings us closer to giving our family something so fundamental, reliable access to water. Thank you for caring, for following our journey, and for standing beside us during one of the most challenging seasons of our lives. Please click the GoFundMe link in the description to make a donation. If you are able to support our family in this way, it would mean more to us than we can express. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. The kids just got home from school. The big scratch on Lucas's face happened a few days ago. He was playing outside and ran into a tree. Here's him explaining what happened.
Pew! Boom! Ow!
Today for lunch we have noodle casserole. The first thing the kids do when they get home from school is eat, because they don't really eat much at school. Don't get me wrong, the school does provide a good nutritious lunch, but the kids are still a bit shy about eating there. I think it's just a normal part of the adjustment period. Despite the renovations, the mess, and the chaos in our house, I still try to be present for my children as much as possible. Today, they asked if we could make cinnamon rolls together, and I simply couldn't say no. This journey hasn't been easy for any of us, but they are true troopers, and it is my honor to bake for them. After a good meal, it was time to get back to work. We're getting the firewood ready for winter. Remember when I said our house has no electrical heating? I wasn't kidding. We have a wood-burning stove that's supposed to keep the house warm all winter. This means we need to prepare a large supply of wood to last through the upcoming months. The days are getting colder, and that means only one thing. Winter is just around the corner. We are doing our best to complete all the necessary work in order to stay warm through the winter. We still have a lot to do. Right now, our biggest projects are finishing the exterior of the house and preparing enough firewood to last us through the next 6 months or so. Why 6 months, you might ask, if winter is only 3 months? Well, fall is getting colder, and because of that, we will heat up our house from October all the way through April. Oh, and on top of getting the house and the firewood ready, we also need to take care of the garden and do what we can to maintain its beauty. Remember how I said in previous videos that nothing is being thrown away until we finish remodeling this house? Well, here we store all our old wood planks, windows, and other materials that we might need in the future. Here is a quick look at how our house looks now. You see this white door? We're not really fans of it. It will have to go. We will replace it with a much better looking one. Just keep watching the video and you will see. Our house is now ready for spray foam insulation. We cannot wait. We know it will look so different and be one step closer to becoming our dream home. My husband never chopped wood before, so this is a new learning experience for him. Few days ago, he had an axe accident and almost chopped his foot off, so now he is much more careful. And here comes the new door. We didn't like how white and boring the other one looked, so we're replacing it with this one. In our opinion, it looks much better and will match the house better. This door, as you can see, is also a heavy-duty one. I like that it has glass molded in the middle. It's not see-through, yet it still allows daylight to pass through. Hopefully, it will last us a lifetime. I got the honors of taking the tape off. So satisfying. Our kids have been nothing but amazing on this journey. They truly enjoy helping with whatever they can. Over the past 8 months or so, I can see how much they have already grown and matured. We currently don't have TVs or iPads, and our kids don't own phones. I think that has been such a blessing for them. Don't get me wrong, they still take our phones and watch something here and there, but they aren't glued to technology, which makes me happy because they can enjoy nature and the outdoors much more than they did in the city. We are closing one of the bathroom windows. I know I said we like a lot of sunlight in our house, but there are 2 big windows in this bathroom, and one of them is right next to the toilet. It makes it uncomfortable to do your business. So this window has to go. In its place, we will put a large mirror and a sink, or at least that's what we think we will do. The spray foam insulation is in progress. Let me show you what has been done. It might seem like things are moving super fast, but it has actually been several months from the start of the renovation to this point. And here is the spray foam progress on the exterior of the house. It is a long process to get the entire house insulated. I believe it took about 3 days of work to complete everything. Because these are our first months on the homestead, we don't really know much about it. What I mean is that we're learning about the problems that come with each season as they arise. We don't always know how to deal with them, but we try to figure things out and learn along the way. The soil on our property isn't the best. When it rains, it turns into one giant puddle, or should I say, a lake. To be honest with you, it feels like we're solving one problem after another ever since moving here. But it gives us motivation to wake up in the morning because we know that things need to be done and they need to be done quickly. Some of you have been asking when you'll finally get to see the finished product. And the honest answer is we don't know. Renovating a house on your own takes years, especially when you're doing most of the work yourselves. On top of that, everything is expensive. So we have to focus on the most important projects first, like making sure our home is warm and livable for the winter. Our next big and very costly project is drilling a deep well. Living in a house without running water as a family of 5 is extremely challenging. Every single day requires extra effort just to meet basic needs. Having a reliable water source would truly change our lives and make this home fully functional. If you'd like to support us and help move this project forward, we would be incredibly grateful. You can visit the GoFundMe link in the description to be part of this next step in our journey. Our house is finally insulated. Look how bright and beautiful it already looks. It's amazing how one big step can change the entire feel of a home. We're absolutely overflowing with joy, knowing we're that much closer to a warm, cozy winter under our own roof. There's still plenty of hard work ahead, but moments like this make it all worth it. Next up, we'll be wrapping the house and putting up the siding, slowly but surely bringing our dream home to life. If you've seen our previous videos, you might remember that we made apple juice from our own apples. We're so blessed to have a beautiful little orchard full of trees that have given us more apples than we could have hoped for. Today, we're out here picking again, bags in hand, surrounded by crisp air and the sweet smell of fresh fruit, because after tasting our own homemade organic apple juice, we knew there was no going back to the store-bought. There were two trees we had to take down. One was leaning dangerously over the barn, and the other had power lines running right through it. Andreas tackled the big logs with determination, turning them into manageable pieces and then chopping them. Now it's time to handle the smaller branches, and true to our promise, nothing goes to waste. Even the tiniest sticks will be put to good use. There's something so satisfying about using every part of the tree, knowing that nothing is wasted and everything has a purpose on our homestead. The kids are helping by bringing the firewood over to me, where I carefully stack it. Having it organized like this makes it so much easier to access during the chilly winter months. It's such a joy to see them pitching in and learning along the way. I've learned the art of multitasking at its finest, between cooking, baking, stacking wood, helping the kids with homework, and somehow still manage to wash laundry by hand. Every day is a whirlwind, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
You want to start on it.
As you might have noticed, our wheelbarrows have been hanging on by a thin thread. Today, while we are out running errands, someone from our local community left a brand new wheelbarrow at our front door. We are beyond grateful for such a thoughtful and generous gift. It's moments like this that remind us how blessed we are to be surrounded by such kindness and support. The children are very excited about the new toy. One of the old wheelbarrows is very difficult to use, but even with that, the kids were always happy to use it and help however they could. Now it's time for a little test drive. Some well-deserved fun and entertainment after all the hard work.
Esther, do you want to get a ride with us?
This pile of branches actually happened on its own. A few weeks before we moved here, Lithuania had very heavy winds that broke off a massive branch. Honestly, it looks like half a tree. So before winter arrives, we need to take care of this pile and make sure everything is cleaned up and put to good use. The nights are getting colder by day, and even though it's not winter just yet, we've already started heating our house. For dinner, we had our favorite crispy baked chicken wings, a well-deserved meal after a long day of hard work. A new day begins with these beautiful butterflies sunbathing on the flowers. Right now, Andreas is getting the exterior ready for wrapping. He's cutting off all the bulging foam so the house wrap can lay straight and smooth. Today we have friends over to help us wrap the house. We need to get this done quickly because it's been raining often, the weather is getting colder, and the days are growing shorter. Labas rytas.
Labas rytas.
While the men are busy working, I decided to take some time to clean my gas stove. Here's another look at my kitchen. I really like what we have. It's not perfect yet, and over time it will be completely transformed. But for now, I'm happy with my little cozy kitchen and the dining table right in the middle of it. Andreas makes sure everyone stays refreshed and hydrated with delicious spring water. A quick tea break before we get back to work.
Я работаю. So you'll need to collect all the trashes. Algimantis.
We managed to wrap the house in just one day. Thanks to our friends for their incredible help. Without them, this would have taken us much longer. And to end a long and productive day, we treated ourselves to a visit to one of our favorite spots, the water spring. Water is such an essential part of our daily life here. Between cooking, cleaning, and drinking, we go through it so quickly. We love coming to the spring not just for the fresh, crystal clear water, but also for the peace and beauty of the nature that surrounds it. The birds singing in the trees and the soft trickle of water create the perfect moment to pause, breathe, and appreciate the simple joys of life on the homestead. It's these little escapes that make all the hard work feel even more rewarding. Thank you for staying with us until the very end. I truly appreciate it. I put a lot of love and effort into creating these videos just for you. God bless you all, and we'll see you next week.